Well, hello there, lovely folks of the internet, and welcome back to another fine episode of Ascension. With that in mind, I have a plethora of wonderful people here, and my name's Chris, and I'm going to be your GM for these preceding evenings. But before we get into any of all that good stuff, let's see who we have here on our cast, starting off with Syrinx. Syrinx, who are you playing today on our lovely show?
Hiya, I'm Syrinx, she, her, and I will once again be playing Kydra, my lovely paladin.
We love it, we love it. And to the next, beside you here, we have Apollo. Apollo, who are you playing for us today on this lovely episode?
Hello, my name is Apollo. I will also be playing Kaidra. No, I'm playing Anki. Our mechanist, also something else now.
Something else now. We love us. Something else now.
Something else.
Something else. And as I said before, my name is Chris. I will be your GM for these preceding evenings. With that in mind, a couple of housekeeping things. First and foremost, content warnings. If you didn't catch them before we transitioned here, I'll say them out loud for you here, and you can type into the chat !CW in case you want to see them for yourself. But this episode in particular has fantasy and good violence, gore, trauma, fire, blood, grief, severe weather, undead/zombies, romance and references to sexual entanglements, monsters and monstrosities, references to imperialism, classism, depictions of experimentation, war, and imprisonment. If any of this does not float your boat, there's a plethora of wonderful content out there for you to enjoy. And if you want to follow me or any lovely people on and behind the screen here, you can type !Cast to see where you can find them on the big wide web of the interwebs. With all that out of the way, I think it's time for us to get to that intro. So sit back, relax, and let's see what happened last time on Ascension. See you soon. we return on our lovely cast here. As such, we escaped from a place that is cold, rigid, and unwelcoming into still another unwelcoming environment, but this time it is hotter. It is burning in this sense. And Kydra, you, I think, are the first one to kind of maybe wake up a little bit as you begin to pick yourself up. You're still kind of half dazed and you're not really all too strong, but as you're getting up, you hear voices in your head. It most likely is a concussion again, as you begin to hear the sounds of that fateful day. You hear the screams of the people in the city, the fires burning down buildings, and that question that always rings in your ears. You will save us, won't you, Kydra? How do you feel knowing that after all of this time, no matter how far you try to distance yourself from that day, from that event, it keeps popping up in the most inconvenient times?
It's a reminder that I even though I don't want to feel it, and I do my best not to feel it, and everything in the past years has helped me not think or feel it or be convinced that it's otherwise, or it could be otherwise, and I was working towards something else, that I'm still human. And I think I see it as a weakness. It's a weakness that despite everything, I don't feel human. I buffered for a second there. I don't feel human despite everything. But the fact that I have that in some way, something in my brain is still wired to make me feel certain things, to make me see certain things that I rationally don't want to. I can't help but be disgusted at that part of myself because it's what's stopping me from literally godlyhood. And I don't get why not all of my being would want that. I can't rationally think of why.
Leaving alone with that thoughts as you're trying to pick yourself up, you see everybody else is unconscious, but that's not the thing that really draws your attention. At first, you think it is a speck in the distance, a mirage maybe from the desert sands and sort of the red hues that go all about, but then the image in that distance becomes closer and closer. It walks past the destroyed structures that are around, and all you really hear is that metallic sort of whirling noise they make with every footstep they take, until you become face to face with the seer. You see their eyes are a little bit cold, unrelenting, as you see they hold onto their staff and looking at you. I have heard many stories of the first Hellraiser, But never in a million years, in a million futures, could I have foreseen the arrival of such a power.
I'll spit on the ground next to me. And I'll start, like, a little painfully still raising myself from the ground, feeling the still effects of fall and all the debris. You here to take back your golden boy?
As much as I would like to, I cannot proceed in this realm. What you see before you is merely illusion, though it is still very strong.
Too bad then you can't get him here. And I'll make sure he's far enough away so you'll never get him.
And why would you care?
I don't care
is
about
it?
the boy. I don't care about the boy. But he means something to other people. So that means, in turn, he means something to me. Until he meets whatever's required of him. I mean, much like you, right? You also just need him for your own use. Someone else also does, apparently. All
Yes.
using a little pawn in a game. A soldier.
You see his eyes stare at you. I wonder what the new gods could have given you, or promised you, to the great Kaidra out of their resting nest, and to essentially fight my sea. You still think you can be one of them, don't you?
I don't need to think. To know. And to work towards something that I'm literally created for. I was made for this, so.
I'm starting to believe that maybe you care for Anki more than you let on, as he too is made for purposes greater than his understanding.
We'll see who reaches their potential first, then, won't we? Because if it's up to me, it'll be me. Even if that means he doesn't reach his.
You talk big game, but I see within your soul, behind that hardened exterior of steel, metal, and blood, there is pain. And a whimpering child that you try to hide deep, deep down behind your feathers. Would you like to know your fate as you see one of his eyes glimmer? Would you like to know how the story of the first Hellraiser ends?
Like my answer matters, people like you just do what they want.
We all have choices, Kaidra. And my choice for you is that I promise you, you will not leave this section alive. And I will make sure to remind you why you are a failure.
Come tell me that in person, you little scumbag. Oh, wait, you can't. Your city? Come down here then. Yeah. Until you can't, I guess I'll keep your golden boy.
Fine. But before I leave, I will give you a gift. See, he waves his hand, magic kind of seeping from it, and you begin to get a slight headache. If you'd be so kind for me, please make a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 7.
7.
Yeah.
You suffer a point of exhaustion as you have disadvantage on pretty much ability checks, just ability checks, nothing else. As you see, he waves his hand. He is not physically here, but you notice that his magic is connected through this place and in this place, no matter what part of the city. He is, while physically not a threat, over time, if left unchecked, could kill you from a distance. But you see he works his magic. For maybe a normal person, it would be more affected, even though you failed. And you are more of a stronger individual than most, but still that headache kind of gets to you and you immediately fall back in that state between consciousness and unconsciousness as he kind of looks at you. From now on, you will not have a peaceful sleep unless I grant it. So, enjoy the sweet bliss of your own failures, Kaidra. What happens next is going to be very interesting to watch. As you see, he begins to just turn his back away from you and walk away. With that in mind, you go unconscious again, and soon time passes on. You all are unconscious, but you kind of come in and out of it and can kind of hear things and feel things. As we go back to look at all of you together, camera panning over, and we can see that at first you guys hear what is almost like the sound of an airship. Voices mumbling. Time moves on. Something picks you all up. Time moves on again. You can feel something cold on your wrist being attached. And you can feel some sort of like, if you're ever on that feeling you get when you're on a plane or something that's in the air of lifting you up. And you feel that once more. Until we return to all of you as you all begin to wake up, with you, Anki, being the first people to wake up here. We can see that as you are slowly beginning consciousness, you can see that you're in some sort of airship, primarily because you've designed these things. You know the rough interior of this layout. You think you're in some sort of, if you had to put your finger on it, some sort of Class B transport, so like a medium-sized transport of stuff. But it seems to be configured, and a lot of things are messy and moved around. But beyond that, you seem to be in the brig, which essentially is like a prison part of the ship. You're tied up kind of with everybody else. You see that Norim's there, the siblings are there as well, and Kydra is also there. And you're kind of the first one to wake up here, so you can kind of shake along. You notice that for many purposes, everybody's in their own sort of separate cage for the most part.
Yeah.
But you're kind of chained, suspended up, and beyond that, you can hear them sort of mumbling of like an air or an engine of some sort running in the back, and it feels hotter here, so you know you're not in the section you were before. So it's a lot to take in.
Okay. This is very, very, very cool. So the last thing I remember is coming out of the portal, feeling more rage than I've ever felt in my life, and then immediately passing out. And now I'm suspended. Do I have my gloves on?
Your stuff is not on your person right now. You can see that it's a little bit far off, as they kind of just stripped any kind of tools you could probably use. So right now you're kind of not necessarily bare naked, but like equipment naked in that sense.
Damn. Bare naked is so funny.
Bare naked.
Bare naked, boy. Do I see anybody else here in this brig, not of our group?
You can see what looks like to be a sort of nearby. It's just a couple of random dudes. You notice that they look like mechanics in a sense, but more dirtier, and are wearing certain what looks like to be like colors or sashes that are more coordinated. As they're playing like
Yeah.
cards or something in the distance. They seem to be maybe your guards. You know, next to you is Kydra, so that you could kind of like kick nearby, because you can use your legs, but your arms are like above your head.
Is there a wall between it? Okay, so there's no sort of like,
no wall. It's like your prison,
just
kind of
okay.
like it's prison cell. So like you could put your arm through whatever, but you can't get out.
My arms are. I'm being suspended by my wrists, right?
Yeah.
The rage that I felt when we left the lower level, it's still there and it's still accessible to me. But right now is not the time. And in this moment of desperation, I just hold on to the chains. And while I'm trying to think, what is a smart way to get out of here? I'm squeezing the chains, and without knowing it, I'm going to cast heat metal on the chains to try and melt them in my hands.
All right. I'm wondering what I should do here, because technically the metal is heating, but it's a matter of your hands are in there. So I'll leave it up to you. Either we make this magic roll here to see if you're able to sort of melt it off, or you can just try to Constitution save, or so just withstand the heat long enough so it just breaks off. I'll leave it up to you which one you want
to do. This isn't something that I'm consciously doing. I'll do it. I'll do a con save, which is the worst one that I have. Yeah.
Fantastic. You heating metal in your hands. Con save. Roll that for me if you'd be so kind.
Am I rolling against my own save?
No. I was just a DC in my head that I have. So just roll and see what we got.
Con save. Oh, I have good Constitution saves. I don't know why I said anything other than that. That's a dirty, slutty little 20.
Oh, dirty little slutty 20. With that
flirty 20.
Flirty 20. As you put your hands up, heating it up, withstanding it, and I think your skin, again, you're so angry, you're so riled up, and something has changed within you that you are able to sort of break these chains here, to the notice of the guards as they go, hey, whoa, how'd you do that?
I'm gonna grab Kydra's chains with my hands still actively like on this divine fire.
Fantastic. Kydra, not awake, but immediately are awoken up as you feel this seething heat on your arms as your chains kind of come open as well, as you're awoken by like a burning sensation.
Who are you? Where are we?
Hey, look, we don't have to get rash now. Boss man is coming in a hot second.
Okay.
Who's the
Who?
boss man?
So who? So we were all chained. Are we in like? Are we still in like a kind of prison thing, or are we?
Yeah,
Was
you're
that?
still in a box. You just kind of got rid of the shackles that suspended your arms.
But we are in the same box then, or did he just reach through bars or something?
He kind of reached through bars, so that's what he did for you because you're all in your like own little cell. So Anki just reached into your like in between the bars next to you and just kind of heated up your shackles.
Gotcha. So inside is us, the siblings, Norum, all in like a separate cell that's supposedly locked. And then these two guards outside of them. That's
Yeah.
in vision right now.
Yes. And you're in
Well,
some sort of like brig or underbelly of an airship. That's what you can tell from what you see around you.
Okay. I think knowing that we need to get out of the cells first, getting Rash isn't the like the first thing I'll do. What? I can't go smashing a cell. Like,
Hawk
chill the fuck out.
smash.
Yeah.
no, I just followed my monster and it went the wrong way. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll like falling to the ground, waking up from the burning sensation, and getting released from these chains, taking in everything around us. I'll speak up as well. What level are we in?
You see the nearby guy? Well, you are in the industrial section of the city, Kadra, and I must say it is a pleasure to see a living legend, even though you did try to kill our boss.
God, what are they talking about?
You'll have to be more specific about that, I think.
And I think at this point, you hear just like something walking down the stairs, a little bit in a rush sense, as you hear the noise, the commotion, and rushing down and then immediately calming down. We see an individual kind of begin to approach. You see that this person is two people, the individual and then somebody like a bodyguard or something like that, in similar fashion. But the person you see coming down is this weird looking, almost like slightly demonic-esque person. You can see that their horns are red, very much like these red horns in a sense. You see that their horns are red, hair is red, short cut. Their skin is like almost like this, almost like almost like partial black, almost looking like coal in the sense. Their eyes white, and with that, are wearing these sort of colors of a sort of mechanic, with the sort of various tools that a mechanic uses to fix engines and all that stuff there. The other person that you see, Kaija, you remember because they were interrogating you way back a while ago. Kara, as you see, same short hair, orange skin, sort of that face paint that's painted over them. You notice that they have several bandages around their chest from whatever happened before, and still giving you a mean muck of a look. But with that, the main individual who's kind of walking down the steps with the horns kind of go, lads, please, can we not do this today? These are our very fine guests. Kaidra, it's a pleasure to meet you in person, and I must say, it is fantastic that I am not going to be at your knife's end today.
That assignment ran out a long time ago.
Long time ago must mean something to you if it is approximately a month ago. I still feel like that's very close.
Just to know for myself the way I would treat Kara. They interrogated me. Did I manage to get away? What happened there? So I know how my
Daro saved you. You thought he killed everyone in the room before he got his conversation, but it looks like maybe he just teleported them away from you, so to help you escape.
Wait, so Kara helped me escape?
No, Kara was interrogating you, and Daros came in and kind of made everybody disappear. You just assumed that he probably just killed everybody in the room because, you know,
Oh, okay.
he's a god, and they turned it to ash, so.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Well, I mean, you're still walking around and there's no bounty on your head that I'm following right now.
Where are my manners? Let me get you out of them cages. And with that, he kind of snaps to his boys. They just unlock the cell doors, still keeping an eye on you. I must say, it is a pleasure to meet you. My name is On Zillman. I am the true and rightful ruler of the industrial section. It is a pleasure to meet you in person. Kind of raises his hand out to you, Kydra.
You want to... Oh! I'll give, like, the slightest shake of my head. There's, like, a smile on my face because I know that this is, like, all pretension, and there is gonna be, like, something happening, and it's either a choice between you play along with it or you immediately make things difficult. So I'll play along with it for now. I'll with that slightest shake, I'll just raise my hand to theirs.
Thank you very much. And you, my special sir, it is a privilege to see a living legend in the flesh, the Lantern of Labyrinth. I must say, I was surprised that you were with the grand old Kydra here. Reaper of the Fountain of Souls, excelled Hellraiser, Eagle of the Ash Legion, and Butcher of Parason. Many titles your traveling companion has here.
Yeah, we all have titles. What's your business with us? Why were we in a cage? That's when my life is over. I'm not about to be caged again.
No, please, that was a complete misunderstanding. You see, there's a lot of rebellious factions out there, and originally my men stole your gear because they thought, you know, you were just a couple of scarves in the waist. You know, we don't, you know, the last thing you want to do is let a scarf free and roam on your ship. You know, they say if you let a bird like that in your ship, you won't have a ship left.
So the second you figured out who we were, why weren't our items returned to us? Why are we talking about
that's why I was running down. I was running down here. I heard the commotion, and after doing some various background checks, found out who you were. Even though I don't know who the other three are. They seem to be... I don't know. Are they with you? Are they trying to kill you? I mean, if you need us to, we can be more than happy to indispose with anyone you find problematic.
I'm just gonna give a quick look to Kydra.
I'm almost in like a dumbfounded way, like silent. Just because of the way you have been acting. Like the way you are reacting to this and like immediately going at them. Yeah, I think in a dumbfounded way, I'm silent, and it's a type of like, okay, kid, if you want to show what your worth is, like, go for it. I'll give you, I think I did that once before. When you look at me for like a decision, you get the most neutral expression back.
I'll look back at An, who, for the record, smash. For the record, I look back at An and Kara, and I look at our, fair to say, traveling companions. I say, they're not with us, but they're not against us. They left from the same place we did. When they wake up, they go free to do what they want to do. If you want to have a conversation with us, that is.
No problem of mine. And let me just say, congratulations. You are the first people in quite a long time to make a jump from one section to another. Usually everyone likes to stay in their lanes. It's been like that for quite some time, but you opened the door from the back end of the pantry into the front.
Yeah, congratulations, us.
So why are we still in cages?
Oh, sorry. Case! And then you see he kind of grabs them, opens them up for you. Can we get a table here and your best gruel? Are we drink? Do you drink? I don't know if it's heretical or anything like that, or against your codex, or either of you. Are you okay with a pint? It's not exactly the best stuff, but it's pretty good.
I need a Guinness now. That's me. I'll shake my head.
No water? Anything to actually punch you? It's quite hot in this section, I will say. You're going to be sweating buckets soon once you get out in the free-flowing air.
Water is good.
Water for you, Kadra. I'm assuming I can only get my strongest stuff, and even then it won't buzz you.
Just get him some water. That's fine.
All right. Only water. Thank you. You see there's this one of like nearby jugs, and you just kind of fill it up with water, toss it away.
I think I like as this happens, I'll give like a glance off to my right to where Norm and the two siblings are. And I think that for a second there, the question of do you want us to take care of them lingers in my mind, because the last thought I probably had before as we in the previous section were fighting and we're thinking about how to get through the portal, get through the next section. In my mind, the only thing that lingered was these people, if they manage to escape with us, know who at least Anki is, right? They maybe also have a vague idea of me, but they know now. And that's a liability. And that hasn't fully left my mind yet. But I think if they open our souls, yeah, well, if they open ourselves, I will just step out in the politeness that is presented here, and I'm waiting for whatever play they're putting on here and whatever they're getting to.
We put a couple ice cubes in there, just to let you know that's a specialty item. Hard to come by in a place full of fucking fire. But with that, I must say,
don't laugh about it, sir. Being honest,
very honest. Ice cubes incredibly hard to come by.
I got me.
With that, as you may or may not know, I know you're a lantern. I don't know what your powers are, if it's to see shit or conjure shit or to heal shit. I don't know. But give you a lowdown, Your Highness, your chosen one, whatever you want to use. We have been broiled in a fight for our rights, in a sense. I used to run this section with my brother, Zan. I know it's a little bit hard, but it's a Z-A-N versus an A-N. You see the difference. But essentially, we have been fighting for quite some time, me and my Forsaken. We follow a righteous cause recently after finding out that you can indeed kill a god. And it's been quite a fever in our backside. It's been very wonderful to know that's out there. And we follow a new leader, in a sense. Someone who understands that we have to fight in order to obtain our rights as workers of this section. But my brother, he's a right old jackass and has the past in those years not wanting to relinquish his power onto that of the people of the man, with which I have been fighting for. So we've been in a civil war. It's been a bit of a stalemate. But I think with you and the lovely Butcher of Parasol on your side, that we could tip the scales here. If we join forces, if you understand my meaning.
Sure. All right. I'll bite. But what's the catch?
Well, the catch is, and to lay out the full plan, I'm a businessman, so you see he pulls out what looks like to be like a chalkboard with paper on it, and very much connecting dots. You, I heard from a little pretty Bertie, are being looked for. We can provide not only your safety for, a number of times trying to keep you hidden, but essentially, if you want to get back to the top, from which I'm hearing, you're going to need the key for this section. Now, my ass of a brother has that key. He is more than willing not going to give it to you. If the door opens, God forbid, what will come through and whatnot. So most likely, you're going to get a note from the jackass. Believe me, I'm his kin. He was a jackass as a brother. He's going to be a jackass as a businessman. Me, on the other hand, I want to let you go. You're the lantern. You deserve to see the whole city. The next section I heard is very blissful. But essentially, you're going to need the key from him. And that key, and he kind of draws this really weird looking. At first, you think it's a vehicle, but the way he draws it and scales it, it's like this massive rig or this massive vehicle that has like multiple tracks, heavy guns on it. It looks very much of like this walking mountain with guns on it. This is my brother's rig. If you don't know what the rig is, it is a vehicle of some sorts that we use to traverse this section of this realm here. Gets us from point A to B, and it's primarily fight each other. Now, my brother, since he declared himself de facto ruler, has the biggest one of the lot. And incidentally, on that rig is also the exit. So, we want the same thing. You want to get out of here? I want my brother's position. So we are going to need to assault this thing. But my fleet and my current rigs don't necessarily have the weapon or the firepower to do that. Luckily, a couple of how you say, and he speaks in various languages as he's trying to come up with the word, and you see Kara kind of goes, defectors from my brother's army are willing to trade us a weapon for weapons. We got a number of divine charges that you so graciously have invented in the past. We take them from time to time, but we got a number of them from our raid down when we helped you escape. We also have a number of weapons and whatnot that we're willing to trade for what essentially is a relic that they have that we could use to blow a fucking hole in the ship, as he kind of uses a chalkboard eraser to erase
From
part
when you
of
helped him escape?
Well, yes. I was under contract from the big guy that me and you know. He helped us with a little raid. So, it provided you the window you needed to get homeboy from his tower, and we got a little bit of knickknacks, if you will, from the whole thing.
Were you the ones who shot up my home?
Yes, but for good reason. The Seer does not like us at all one bit. They have been supplying my brother for that past 5 years I've been talking about. They don't care about the man. The Seer's not a good guy. He is very controlling. And the whole point of the City of Labyrinth was to get away from that control and to give it to the everyday man, which I stand for.
As he says, which I stand for, I stand up and I'm going to slap him across the face. And
You do that, you hear several guns click around you.
I stand on business. I slap him across the face. And I say, that was for my workshop. I'll tell your assholes to put their guns down. You leave me alive. And I sit back down.
Very feisty. Very feisty. For a guy who was raised in a tower, you got a mean slap there, buddy. Everybody calm down, calm down. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
And I'd say
You see it?
when I sit back down, Kyler, I can see that I immediately put my hands like under. Are we at a table or
Yeah, it's
where
like a
are we?
table that they kind of set up.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
I put my hands under the table and they're on my knees, and there's like still a little bit of the glow of the heat, and my hands will not stop shaking when I'm just gripping my knees to try to keep them steady.
My eyes are flitting between you. I remain still in that exchange. My eyes are flitting between you and also on and knowing that they are like they're playing into this because I know that you don't have that hard of a hit. So I'm
Let's have a look.
um
I
yeah,
do 1 damage.
I know that on one hand On is exaggerating this, and then on the other hand I just clock the action you just took and the how you're sitting there, but this entire exchange has been yeah, um interesting to say the least. And I'm kind of leaving a lot of it to you, and seeing what you're doing with it, but please.
I understand you're feeling a very particular way. If I found out the things I created were used for warfare of all things, it makes me question why I do what I do. I understand where you're coming from. But believe me when I tell you, I'm offering you the best deal we can get on this section. You know what's out there? God, you used to tell him. Fucking raiders, volcanic spews, airship raiders, very different kind of raiders. My brother, most likely, if you were to go to him and try to deal with him, he most likely would tell us here straight up, and he'll be caught within a day. And the last thing we want is the fucking wind patrolling out in the smoke.
So, it's not the easiest player outside there. Yeah.
So the part that you're not saying is if we don't agree, you're just going to tell the seer anyway.
Oh, I wouldn't tell that pretentious ass anything. Believe it or not, we hold by a code within the Forsaken. We don't adjudicate to would-be gods.
Alright. So what do you need us for in your plan to get this relic? To do the trade-off? What is this?
A good old-fashioned gun run. Kaja, you should be very familiar with this. You, my dear Lantern, I heard is a bit of an egghead, a bookworm, if you will. So you and Kaja, along with a couple of our guys, will take the necessary goods, meet them by one of the nearby outposts, and do your little trading there. But I want you to inspect this relic. I want to make sure it's the real thing. Last time I tried to buy a relic off of some group of assholes, it was a paper mache weight. And let's just say they had a good time flying after. So I want to make sure it's a real thing. I want to make sure it's a weapon we can use for our mutual beneficial alliance. What I'm offering here is approximately 5% in my company. Each staked ownership to things people kill for.
Couldn't help but notice that in your offer that you mentioned a little earlier, that you said after, hypothetically, we get to your brother and we get your brother down. You can do whatever you want with the section. Anki and I get the key that we need. You mentioned that he would get to walk free.
Understandable, yeah. I mean, if you want to stay, you're more than welcome to help fight the good fight. But you're needed elsewhere. You're a leadership type role, so you need to be out where the big dogs are. And we hope you won't forget little old Anne in the industrial section.
So we both get to walk free.
Yeah, both get to walk free. Hey, look, bygones be bygones. You're not the
Good
first
insight
person
check.
to try to kill me. Yeah.
That's a wait. That's a non-natural 20.
He's lying, but you don't know about what part. Necessarily, I think the thing that you get concerned about is he gonna let you go? Because you did try to kill him. And you already can hear in his conversation, he doesn't like letting people go. He doesn't like letting loose ends. But he also can be referring to Anki because he is the lantern, and that is a valuable chess piece to have in your back pocket. So while you know he is lying, you're not sure about what exactly.
Sure. Yeah.
Love.
All friends here. If you want, we can gather by a campfire and get some marshmallows and sing Kumbaya, if that makes it better.
Do you often do that with people who try to assassinate you?
You should see my employment list. It's full of ruthless killers that try to kill me, and I have a particular keen eye for special talent in my employment.
Well, I'll turn to Anki. Anything you want to add to the deal?
What are you going to do with the weapon once you've deposed your brother?
Well, keep it in our back pocket. I don't know exactly what this weapon does, so I don't know if it's like a one-off thing, like a bomb, or if it's something we can use repeatedly. So I guess it just depends on what kind of weapon it is. We most likely would use it for other things, but it depends what it does. I did hear it is it's old tech. It's Etheria, the boundless in their lot. Apparently, it's a weapon they have there. So
would I, with all my studies, have an idea of like the scale or possibility of what a weapon like this could be?
Yeah, I don't think you have to roll anything because it's just you're not looking for what kind of specific. You're just kind of a general idea.
Yeah,
they're usually massively destructive. One of the most famous ones is something called a god bomb, which is essentially like a magical nuke that they make to just scorch cities for whatever reason they need.
Are they usually one use, or are they usually repeatable use?
It can depend. Their big ticket items are usually one use, but with the Ethereum, you never know what you're getting. Sometimes it could be big use and be repeatable, or may need a recharge.
Okay.
So it depends on what it is. But the bigger it is, the more likely it's a one-off.
Okay. Staring him down. If whatever this weapon is, has the ability to be used more than once, I reserve the right to shut it down after you've used it to take control of the section. Then you have a deal. No more war. No more threats.
Looks to his men. If you can help me secure peace in my realm, I'll be more than happy to do a little arms trade.
All right.
So we got a deal.
I'll shake his hand and I'll just let that be the moment that, like, just in the role play of it, my palm just lets off that last little burn so that his hand, when he pulls away, will be just a little bit singed from mine.
Well, you think it'll be singed, but you see that does not affect him at all.
God dang.
Heat. This whole section is heat, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go. He resisted. Fantastic. Love a deal coming together. Are you going to be taking any of this fucking rabble with you, or we just leave him in the cages?
Do you have a more comfortable lounge room?
We're rebels. We don't exactly have lounges, but we could get them a couple of bunk beds if that is more to their liking.
Well, they
Yeah,
could come with us. They're friends after all.
whatever
I'm sure
Kyler
they'll
says.
be willing to help us.
Dup. And be careful of the big one there. That guy. Let's just say he did a number of his day too. With that, I'll let you do it. If you be so kind, I'll let your friends go. You may want to hurry, so when you're done conversing with whoever you got to converse with, make your way to the up the stairs to the left. You'll get to the hangar bay, and we'll run you through a rig.
Got it. We'll be right there.
Well, lovely. As always, pleasure meeting you, Lantern. I don't know if I should bow or curtsy, but I'm gonna give you a wave goodbye. And he kind of goes up the steps, everybody following suit. You see the guard tosses you guys the keys as they kind of just leave the space for you here.
We'll catch
Immediately
the keys.
Immediately turn to Kadra. He was lying, right?
About what? And I think imagine us like having whatever conversation we're about to have as I'm walking towards their cells and like trying to find the key to get them out.
Mm-hmm.
But what?
I don't know, but he was definitely lying about something.
Oh, he won't let us out just like that. He won't be walking free if it's up to him. That's just how you play the game. Once we're in there, very important for you to know, once we're in there with his brother and all of that, it's us against all of them. That's just how it is, no matter how smiley get or how pleasing a deal sounds.
Do you think the real deal is he's sending us right to them, and he's telling us, "Oh, just do a whatever for me," and the second we enter into his brother's territory, he says, "Hey, there was the deal. I said I'd send them right to you, and they're at your doorstep."
It doesn't matter, kid. Chances actually of us when we're out there on our own getting into that place with his brother close enough to get that key are one, extremely slim, and two, would take us a long time to prepare. I'm talking possibly months, and we don't have that time. So
Great.
He genuinely does not like his brother. That is an actual thing. And I mean, he could side with him if somehow they got something from the seer, but I don't think that's the part he was lying about. So that is also precisely why I hold up a key, put it in one of the cells, and I look at you. We're taking them with us because it's either them coming along to help us in this whole thing or them dying here.
All right. Sure.
Good, you're learning.
You see that like my energy is very much like at this point. We've been given all our stuff back? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, your stuff is around, so you're able to pick up and sort of just rearm.
At this point, I'm rearming. I'm just getting myself sorted out, and I'm just I put on I put on my like harness where I have my hammer strapped to it. I'm just getting dressed, and you can just there's such a dismissive and far away energy to me as I'm talking to you, Kaidra, and I'm just pacing around the room, looking at my hands, looking at the construction of this place, just trying to see if I can rack my brain around. I think I focus back to objective facts that I know, and I'm just trying to figure out what type of airship this is so that I can then reverse like in my mind palace of schematics, figure out energy and escape. What are those, like, what's it running off of? Does it have energy cores? Is it some sort of combustion or some other, what type of engine does it use? And then also does it come equipped with things like escape pods or like lifeboats, etc., etc.?
Sure. Whatever you want to be focusing on and whatever way you want to deal with the fact that I know you're a kid who's coming to face with the world and the way it actually is instead of how it was in your tower.
When you call me kid, I just sharp
Oh
turn.
no,
Call me kid.
this last thing I wouldn't have said. No, no, no. This
Oh,
last
okay.
thing I wouldn't have said out loud to you. No, no way.
Incredible.
Oh no way. No.
This is
Anki begins to
solid.
read minds.
That's just
This
my
is solid
thoughts as I
Hamilton
see
energy.
you. Yeah,
Call me
I
boy
see
one
you.
more time.
I see you be dismissive and do those things and have like a little distant thing, and that's what's going on in my mind. I know that you are reacting this way
Perfect.
because suddenly you're brought to reality, and having you this way is actually better for me. So I have no reason to talk to you about any of the stuff. This way, you are being constructive towards the goal that I want you to go towards. So absolutely no empathy towards your feelings right now. I'll just continue to unlock the cages of the others.
Hell yeah. This is the first time someone has seen like their ward slip deeper into a depression and an emo phase and been like, this is what I want, actually. You're finally locking in. You're sad, but you're locked in.
Yes.
I didn't even have
Wonderful.
to do anything about it.
Wonderful, wonderful. With that, you guys go about unlocking everything. Everybody kind of wakes up. For sake of expediency, kind of laying down everything down. You just ignore and kind of goes, quite the conundrum.
Noram, they said that you had your own record rap sheet. What the fuck's that about?
Well, the same could be said for you, Lantern.
Okay.
That's
No,
not
we're
his
not
question.
doing this. We're not doing this. Just tell me. It's not the day. Today is not the day.
Look, I have a very complicated history.
Uncomplicated then.
Okay. Well, I was a very more important scientist than I let on to believe, and a number of experiments were run in the name of the Seer, and I was the head of several projects. Does it make you very popular among the masses?
I'm gonna pull out the photo of the person that had my familial resemblance. I'm just gonna show. Do you recognize any of the people in this photo?
No.
Is he lying to me?
Insight.
God damn it!
No.
What's my insight? 17.
17 is what you got?
Yeah. 17. Yeah.
He's lying.
How tall is this motherfucker? I don't care. I'm getting in his face.
He's pretty tall, but
all right. Does he have any metal on him?
No, just clothes. But I think getting in his face is good enough.
Again, his face. I melted the chains off Kaidra and myself with my bare hand. I'm gonna ask you again. Do you know anybody in this photo?
I know all of them.
Pointing at the person with the familiar resemblance. Start talking.
He was a scientist. It was long ago. I barely remember his name. We were working on a project, and I was the individual who took the picture. I overseen many projects, and this was one of them.
And the project was?
It was covered in red tape, but from what I could remember, it was something to do with something with growth. It's astounding because I can remember most of my projects that I did, but for some reason that specific one is a bit of a mind boggler.
Oh, that's weird. This is where the knowledge of mechanics intersects with knowledge of roleplay. I know that the Identify spell, if I cast it on him, will tell me if there's any spells affecting him, which might indicate if there's anything affecting his memory. I think, yeah, this is the Arc of Rage. I'm gonna shove him, and in the shoving, and I'm gonna start getting really aggro in his face, and in this process, I am casting the Identify spell on him. Well, start thinking harder, because there are things that everybody seems to know about me except me. And you're not going to sit here and tell me that you knew someone who looked exactly like me, someone who, by all accounts, someone would say they were my father, and tell me that you don't know what the project was. Okay? So start jogging your mind.
Arcana check for me, if you'd be so kind. For a specific reason, not for a very specific reason. Your spell is working, but an Arcana check to see if you notice why he can't remember.
Yippee. So 13 on the die plus 9 for Arcana for a
22. Yeah.
22.
You take him, grab him, and as your Identify spell, almost like an X-ray vision, you start to understand why. Whether he knows it or not, you begin to see what looks like to be an endoskeleton on the inside. You see the various mechanics, gears turning in his body, as Norim doesn't seem to be not necessarily, human in that sense, but he seems to be autonomous in nature.
Take a step back. What are you? You're not. What do you think you are?
What do you mean, what do I think I am? I mean, we kind of just...
Do you bleed?
Yes, I feel pain.
Are you part automaton? Is that why you can't remember? Did somebody wipe your memory?
Okay, this is getting a little weird for me. Look, I don't remember. I wish I could. I can't help. I think the important thing is, how are we going to get out of here alive, Nick? So are we going on this mission? I don't know if it's
No,
essentially...
if you want to get out of this place alive, I think you answered the kids' questions.
I told you I can't answer the question. I can't answer a question. I have no idea what he's even talking about.
Can I? I'm gonna just get on the back of the image. I'm just gonna pull like a pen or a pencil, and I'm just gonna look at him as if I was using like that X-ray vision, and I'm just gonna start sketching what I see when I look at him, and what the magic is telling me of the Identify.
Yeah, I think what you see beyond it is just endoskeleton, but nerve connectings. That's what you're kind of seeing.
Oh, like a full Wolverine type thing?
It's more in terms of like, it's mechanical in nature, but it's also been almost like painted, almost stitched, crafted very intricately, that nerves have been tangled into a way that would simulate a body, and then muscles grafted around it. It is in the sense of that someone started off with essentially a robot and then built onto it the things that normal humans respond to and feel.
Norum, when were you born, and who were your parents?
He gives you, I was born this date, and my parents, and kind of he gives you a whole explanation of maybe a little bit of a snooze flash as he kind of gets into a long conversation, but he tells you everything he thinks he knows.
Is there anything else in your mind that you don't exactly remember? Any event, any injury? Anything that the details are fuzzy?
Well, as director, I was supposed to have various meetings with the seer, but for the life of me, I can't really remember much of what happened with them. Most of the information is particularly blurry at best.
Chat, we're cooked. Chat, we're cooked. Oh, no. Okay. Norum, I need you to remember. And this is going to sound crazy, and I'm kind of pissed off right now, so I don't have the best. I can recognize that I'm not having the best energy right now when I tell you these things. You're not mortal. When I look at you, I see some form of automaton that has had nerves put on it and muscles grafted on it. And if you're an automaton, there's going to be a backup memory somewhere. So I need you to really focus with me.
I'm gonna make this the last roll here. What are you trying to do in this conversation? Like one last thing here, with trying to get what you can out of Norum. So what do you?
I think I just wanna maybe even like using like my shard of creation, or or even just like through the conversation using like something like a guidance or some sort of. I want to. I want to create some minor miracle and hack into Norm's brain to find where the scrubbed memories are.
Fantastic. Probably going to be another Arcana check, to be honest.
What are
I
we
make
doing?
this last one here to see if you can get anything. If you don't get anything, you're gonna have to move on.
Yeah, that's so fair. Okay, that's not great. That's a 7. Yeah, it's a 17.
17.
It's only an 8 on the die.
He sits down. You see almost very much of, if you ever seen the androids from Aliens, his eyes kind of roll back for a second as they flicker. He goes deep into trying to understand who he is, what you're telling him. And you can see his body is trying to fight it like an immune response of like, do not go deep, do not go deep. But with that, he takes a moment. He opens his eyes and goes, I remember one thing. I don't know how I could forget it. I was a part of a team. We went into beyond the plains and we found something extraordinary. We found something lost. We found something. We found. What did we find? I'm trying to remember what we found. You see, if he goes thinking any more deeper, he can overshort himself and possibly kill himself.
Damn.
I leave it up to you. Do you want him to
one less problem to deal with?
Or are you going to spare it? He doesn't remember who he is. He's going really deep in his archives. I'll leave you a choice here. Do you want him to dig deeper or do you want to let him lie?
He's showing physical signs of pain. Is it like very obvious that he's reached like
he
that?
is pain.
Awesome.
It's very much like brain, like you see the veins kind of popping up.
I'm imagining it's like in X-Men when like Charles Xavier or something puts his hands on someone and they just start tweaking out.
It's very much he's tweaking out.
Yeah, eyes bloodshot, and I get. My instincts are that I grew up with a tremendous savior complex. even if this is going to benefit me, I will protect other people to my own detriment. I pull my hands off. Okay?
No.
Are you okay?
No.
I'm sorry. We can try another time now that we know what we're up against, but I'm not going to hurt you. And we'll only do it if you want to, but now you have proof. Now you have proof. There's something in you that was blocked.
I got it.
I'm just taking a couple steps back. Just let him chill with that. Not everybody takes
a moment.
That they're an android well.
You guys go. If the siblings want to go, good. I need a moment. And I think as this going to the siblings, you see that the oldest of the two, Isabella, kind of goes, "I'll go with you, Yasmin. Why don't you stay with Nora?" She gives a thumbs up, goes over. "Come on, we gotta go."
I'll go over to Kaidra as we're walking. Did I go too far?
He's still here.
I'm angry. And I'm just going to keep walking.
Fantastic. 3 of you go up, and as you do, you guys make your way all the way up into the sort of cohort where the directions are, and you find out that this place is quite bigger than what you assume. You were only in a section of this place. You can see that as you head up, you can see what looks like to be a massive, like almost like air carrier sized wing of this ship, as there are multiple rigs, these vehicles with various treads and guns and all kinds of armament on them. You can see from the window, you seem to be somewhere high up in the clouds with smoke that provides you enough cover. Somebody knows where you are. But at the moment, sparks go flying as everybody's kind of gearing up and getting ready and making sure everything's tip-top shape. With that, you see Kara go to the side here, hail you guys down, goes, "All right, fuck ups. So here's what's going to be happening here. We have," and you see she like unfurls the tarp, "gas, gear, bullets, and divine charges. We're going to be trading for whatever relic these guys got. This right here is War Rig, short name Rig. Essentially, this bad boy is used to essentially travel throughout the entirety of the realm due to the fact that it's hot fucking coals on the ground. So the last thing you want to be doing is walking on ground that is not paved in a sense, or you don't want to be running out in the wasteland. Yeah, the last thing you want to do is burn your legs off. It's not fun time. Who is driving this beautiful, beautiful piece of machinery?
I'll drive it. I think I have the most experience out of our little group.
All right, follow me. Just gonna pose you over to the driver's side. As you can see, number of buttons. Engine on, engine off, steering, all that guy stuff. If you are getting a predicament, these buttons here, you can press them. First one here is caltrips. They'll spike shit and maybe blow out tires if anybody's trying to follow you. Oil slick is the next one, and the last one is the flamethrower in case anybody gets too close for comfort. That's the defense system of these bad boys if you so need it. I will be in your vehicle. We'll have another one just in case, but we're running a small crew. We're doing what we like to call lightning tactics. We don't want a full convoy because then that'll get the attention of everybody, and that's the last thing we need. If you need anything, I got a mechanic. Hey, fuck stick over here. And with that, points to one individual, and to both of your surprise, you see the person that's there is Francis. Francis was the person that originally helped you out in the beginning of getting the train ready, and Kaija, you know he's the one that knows who you're exactly working for and why you're doing what you're doing. And as he kind of comes over, soot in his face, it looks like he's been really worked over, and he goes, "Well, that's great. What can I do, boss? If he's so kind, get these guys up and running. They're gonna be leaving soon." "Yeah, sure, anything. If you would just follow me this way, I'll be more than happy to help you gear up and make sure you know where the gas is." This
Great.
way. Yep. With that, you see Kara walks off. Immediately as she gets just out of earshot, goes, "What the fuck? You assholes, where have you been? I have been stuck here being an errand boy. It hasn't been fun, but at least I'm alive. How are you two alive? I thought you died in the crash."
And in all this time, you haven't managed to escape this level?
First off, it's been maybe 2 weeks at most, okay? I was developing a plan.
Yeah,
Second
and in
of
2
all,
weeks, we escaped a level.
okay, first question, the device, did you break it?
Hold up.
That's a yes.
What do you
I'm gonna take it as
think
a yes.
what do you think we had a train crash?
Okay. All right. You don't have to be an ass. You could have just answered the question. Okay. Okay. But you escaped the first section, which means 1 out of 4 is done. So I'm guessing you're gonna go get the second one. That's great. That's good. That's good. That's good.
No, we are.
Yeah, the Royal I'm part of this too. Last time you checked.
Oh, okay. You said you guys, and I just wanted to make sure that you know you'll be on that rig as well.
Hey, look, it's the way we talk in the labyrinth. Okay, it's a term of phrase. Don't get your wings in a twist.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Okay. So, you guys are headed out. Okay. I'm guessing asshole brother gave you a deal. We can assume that he's a lying, conniving son of a bitch. So, what's the actual plan here then?
Can't really plan for a situation that you've never been in or surroundings you've never been in. So, as I told Anki here, once we're in there, it's us against all of them. So we get the key when we spot it, and we leave all the rest.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good. I like the plan. Fuck them, and we'll leave. Okay. Okay. I can work with that. Is there something you need from me? Is there something I can do? If not, I can maybe try to wing it and try to do something. But do you have any sort of plan besides punch and murder your way out of things?
We've been working for them for 2 weeks now, so if we get in a situation where they eventually, inevitably, turn their backs to us, and they try to find a loophole in their end of the deal, I'm sure that you know a little bit about the mechanics that they use.
Okay. I like this plan. Look, happy you're alive. Happy to be working with you again. Can't wait to get out of this hellhole. You guys are gassed up. You should be good to go.
I'm sure you're happy, because clearly since the 2 weeks you've been here, without us it wouldn't have worked for you.
I keep hearing a lot of complaining and a lot of thank you because, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even be able to get out of here in the first place. So how about, a little gratitude? I know it's something you are not very, accustomed to. I'm sure the kid is more than happy that I'm here to help. But you always have a stick up your bum. So how about, you just say thank you, or just, don't give a negative comment or negative feedback.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
nice
thank you
meeting.
for all the help you've been in crashing our train.
Last time I checked, I was the one who had an assassin up their ass trying to kill me. So who's really at fault here? Yeah.
Keep saying that, and we might accidentally lose someone on the rig just at the moment we get a key.
And then try to explain that one to the boss. That'll be a fun thing. All right, here's your gas. He kind of shoves it in your chest, Kydra. and get going.
We'll take it.
Fantastic. You guys gear up, getting everything ready, and you see that as you're about to leave, the whole place stops. As you see walking like one of the nearby ramparts of where they sort of almost like the top part before the sort of hangar drops, you see An goes over to his men. Gentlemen, as you very particularly know, we have an extraordinary deal here and a couple of lovely members to add to our growing revolution. Being Iron Boys is more than just being a union. It's about being a family. So before they leave, let's give them a quick prayer in the name of our goddess of death. You see pretty much everyone except for Francis, and of course you guys, bow their heads for a moment, give a small prayer. You see Ango, please, O righteous God killer, please, let their rigs be swift, their hearts be made of metal, and let them deliver righteous fury. See, he gives a quick little finish off and kind of goes, go forth, my wagons of destruction, and bring forth peace to my realm. As you guys see the hangar drop, and you all proceed to go out. I think that's a good place to take a quick break for a moment here. So with that, everyone, we're going to take a quick break here. Use El Baño, grab yourself a snack, and we'll be right back for some more shenanigans of Ascension. We'll see you in a hot second, folk. Well, howdy there, folk, and welcome back to the second half of our lovely show here. With that in mind, let's get back into it as we resume on your rigs. Rather than driving forward, you have to reverse back, as it's very much of the airship is as close as it can get to the ground and still running, and with that, the ships immediately strive off back of the ramp. One by one, with two cars here. Engines are loud, it's thunderous, but nothing compared to the outside around you. If you're comparing this place to the section you were before, there's a number of things that are different. First and foremost, being the heat. They were not kidding Anki when they said, it's gonna get hot out there, and it is. And it's kind of quite, to be honest, like astounding, as there's no direct sunlight here. There's no like beaming sun. All the heat here is generated from the ground up. I can see the multiple cracks of like lava in between. The air itself is incredibly cloudy with like almost when a volcano goes off, that's an ash-like cloud, giving what looks like to be like embers, the equivalent of like snow here. And thunder. A lot of thunder. It is different here. But as you guys go off, you begin to drive in rather the canyonous region here. If anything, this place is a little bit more like a desert with various structures that are at certain places. You can only consume, maybe they were checkpoints or refill stations, as most of this place here is more of a vast plane of fire. But for seconds, or not second, for a couple of minutes, maybe an hour, you guys drive through this place. Soon, you find that following the car that's in front of you takes a right turn, and soon you begin to dive deep into one of the nearby caverns. It's rather tight. You notice that it's got that sort of orange color and the various hues that come along it from how long this natural structure has been here. But I think, especially for you, Kydra, being your technical mind and tactical mind, it's concerning to drive in here as it is tight. God forbid if anything to happen, it means you have to come out the same way. You think for a second, maybe if I pick this up with my bare strength and maybe kind of put it on the top, but it's heavy. It's not impossible, but it's going to require a lot of your strength. Possibly, but right now you're focused on following this car as the headlights provide the only real sort of guidance here as you're going back and forth. Soon, you guys stop at what looks like to be an outpost. As you can see, not necessarily the structure itself, but you see the flag that kind of flies on top. Tattered and ripped and teared. Essentially, as you guys are stopping, you can see that on the side, at first you wouldn't assume, but the door itself opens as it kind of cranks from inside the structure, as you seem to be in some sort of outpost. But coming out, you see what looks like to be soldiers in a sense, but their uniforms are like really tattered and old, almost like you've kind of seen this sometimes, Kydra, in your own unit. If people abandoned it and were captured, you notice that these are people that have usually gone AWOL. These are people that are, they have defected from their army. And you can tell that these guys that are here are defectors of the army as well that's around here. With that, everybody kind of helps out. There's no official greetings yet, as the main person you got to speak to is inside. But for the most part, there's handshakes, nods, and with that, people start to unload the cargo that's on the back of your trucks, as one of them leads you on the inside. Soon you begin to make your way into this building. You can see that it is reassuring some sort of outpost, as there's various banners and maps of the area, and also you can see once again, Anki, another picture of like propaganda for the lantern that's very torn up and shattered, but a small shrine around it for whoever, I guess, believes in that. But the thing that interests you the most is when you get to the center of the complex. As you see, it is sort of like this almost larger lobby area that's sort of been makeshift into this sort of throne room-esque aesthetic to it. You see, at the moment, there seems to be an individual who's sitting on top of a makeshift throne of bones and sort of wielded metal. So much to the point that even Kara looks surprised that they're talking to this person. The individual that you see sitting upon this chair has and we've lost the man. There we go. So surprised he's left. All right, you're back. You're good. With that, the individual that you see sitting on the chair itself is same orange sort of skin as Kydra. You see their eyes are also like that sort of almost like blinding orange as well. They have what looks like to be tattoo marks across their forehead, sort of very much giving off like a smeared paint vibe to it. You see their jacket is worn, torn as well, and a beard that has grown just probably from time and being very unkept. As you all approach, he kind of goes, well. If it isn't the Forsaken, welcome to my humble abode. Kara, you're looking better than usual. Kara kind of approaches. Bones, I don't know what you're doing up there, but where's your boss? I need to speak to him. Oh, you didn't get the message, did you? We had a change in leadership recently. Good old boss, as you see he pats one of the skulls on the side, was not fit for leadership. But we knew about the deal, and we are more than willing to commence commerce, though we would love to negotiate. Are you the individual who is taking charge of this conversation? Kara looks. Actually, no. The person that's going to be representing us in this conversation is, and points over to you, Anki. Boss said he will be taking over negotiations, if there are any.
I'm just gonna look. I'm just dead staring people in the face. I may have slightly dissociated there for 2 seconds. What's the vibe right now? Should I be popping off?
Apparently, without your knowledge, you are in charge of negotiating for this relic, this war weapon. You had no idea this is gonna happen. It looks like An is playing games.
Fucking knew something was gonna happen. This is great. This is great. And I love that for us. And I well and truly do love that for us. Say, I have an 8 charisma. I can't do this. I'll say, yes, Gaedra and I will negotiate.
Kaja, you see this very much like, Anki's fucked, man. I don't know how he's gonna do this. And then you see Anki immediately go, yeah, me and Kaja are gonna do this. As you are then roped into this situation here.
Hey, it's on decision to let us negotiate for something that we can offer whatever it is we want to offer that they will have to pay later on. So I'll
$1 gazillion.
Fake money number.
The keys to the city.
An will give one of you sloppy toppy. Only one of you though. So
you must choose. You must choose wisely.
You must draw lots.
He will marry but one of you.
One of you gets marriage, one of you gets sloppy toppy, one of you gets a firm handshake.
One of you must die. I'm sorry.
That's the price.
So she'll let you ride. He will let you ride shotgun. Okay. With that, I don't know if we all like got out of our rigs. I was imagining this was a thing of like those who don't have to talk stay in.
I think you were. I think if anything, you probably were like hanging back, but
Yeah.
you being pulled out of the limelight for is like if you want to go into the light, you can, but your presence has been known.
I'll look at Anki. And if I'll physically I'll like follow his motion if he intends to walk closer to this person, if he tends to, you know, do any of that, I'll follow his lead physically on that. I'll whisper underneath my breath. The price doesn't have to be ours to pay. Meant for Anki's ears. Physically I'll follow his lead.
Yep. Well, this relic. Tell me about it. I need to know an equitable price.
I understand. You see, roll over the fucking dome. And with that, you see, they roll over this rather strange looking device without really getting like a once over on it, because you're just kind of like looking to see what it looks like. You see what they pull over is this sort of really large, extremely heavy round ball that has a number of like rough edges around it. From what you can kind of count, it seems to be like 10 ports inside of this thing that something must come in and out of. You see that it is a mix. It could be confused for art for a second, as you see it's sort of made of like this porcelain-esque aesthetic to it with gold inlays over it. But they roll it over into the middle of the room. My previous employer found this thing, and from brother's private collection. We don't know what it does, but apparently it's got to be important enough that it had to play hide and seek with the brothers. We are more than willing to trade it for the guns and the gas and all that, but we want a little something more for our trouble. We lost a lot of good men. You understand that, don't you? At least Kydra, I do know, understands what it is to lose a few good men.
What's your stake in all of this? You're a deserter.
Specifically, we understand you're going to be having a little siege of sorts, a little battle, and we would love to help out. We want to be partaking in that salvage claim, if you know what I mean. That is a big old mountain you guys are going to be assaulting, and we want to be a part of it. So we were thinking gold, weapons, cars, all the good stuff. But essentially, if we're going to be hunting, we want 50% of the salvage claim from whatever we find in Zan's little hideaway. You see Kara kind of, oh god.
I was about to say, in the proximity and the volume that we're speaking right now, is there a possibility for me to say things that Kara would not be able to hear?
Yeah, you can just like whisper over in Anki's ear.
No, I was specifically meaning towards this Bones dude.
You could pull him aside. It's still gonna be weird, but she won't be able to hear.
Okay, then I won't be specific about it. Because what I thought to offer was, hey, I heard that they're gonna fight about who's gonna be boss of the city. You might want to put your claim in there because it's gonna be an ideal position. But
I think you're a good leader.
No, I don't care. It's another party that's mixed in there that makes chaos, you know? But I can't just say that out loud, so I'll say they're gonna go inside, or gonna stay outside and wait.
Assaulting the rig is going to be its own battle. So we'll help on the outside engagement. Inside, that's going to be all you, baby.
I mean, we know how battles go. Once you're in there, everyone takes what they want. Can't really keep an eye on everyone.
True. But as individuals, we'll be part of the same union, which means I assume we'll have dictatorial terms. If we agree, that is. Once you're part of a union, you don't betray that union. We have a code.
Oh, yes. Well, if you're outside, I don't see why you would get any more than 20% of a cut.
20.
Yeah.
As he gets closer towards you. And pre-tell, how does going up against a mountain of a rig, I'm talking 10 heavy guns, tracks the size of ships. It says that the very ground it treads on, it flattens. Air defenses that could blow an airship from yards away. Now, after hearing the description of such a monstrosity, do you think 20% is a worthy calculation of the sacrifices my men are about to make?
So what, you're gonna try it on your own?
Of course not. I'm not stupid, but I just think.
So you'll never have an
20%.
opportunity like this without us, you're saying.
I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be talking to Tweedledum or Tweedledee here?
Say whatever you want, call whatever names you want. We both know that you wouldn't have this opportunity without us.
And by my calculations, if they're putting all the fanfare on the outside, that means that whatever they have inside is even more severely protected. You don't put your biggest gun outside the house, because what if someone steals it? Or breaks it, and then they get inside, and then there's nothing. Look, we're trying to be negotiators here. You say 20 is too low, we say 50 is too high. Hey, 25. Halfway.
35.
30.
31.
30 and you keep your hands.
Excuse me.
30, you keep your hands, we end the deal here, and you are on the winning side, an opportunity you usually wouldn't take.
I need an intimidation check if you'd be so kind. That's.
I'll give you guidance. Add 1d4. Oh, wait. 1d4 plus what? 1d4.
Guidance!
It's guidance.
It's this boy multi-class.
Cleric.
Roll a d4 and add the number. Roll to one ability check with choice. Yeah.
I think it's just a D4.
Guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
A
just d4.
D4?
Yeah.
Holy schmoly.
Wow. Thank you so much. You are one of my elite employees.
Yippee! Okay. Oh, I could have given you a d6. Oh, fuck. Oh, no, I can't. No, I can't do
Oh,
that.
okay. I was about to
You
say,
can't have
I don't
more.
get the good stuff. I
The
don't get
d6
the
is
good
only
stuff.
for me. Only I can use my shard of creation.
Only me.
Now, did I 100% choke the last time I had one of these little chocolate bonbons? Yes. Am I going to have another one? Yes.
23.
23. Gonna go. Kaidra. You drive a hard bargain. Who am I to say no to a mass murderer? I'll take the deal, but kid, you gotta know who you're partnering with. You know what Guy just done, right?
Do you know what I'm about to do if you don't walk away?
I see you're a pupil.
I'm shaking.
30% it is. With that, Kaiju goes, that's great. I'm gonna. Where's your maps? And he kind of goes over here. They go over to coordinate. Anki, as you are finishing this conversation, getting through that, and even doing, being someone you're not really, and succeeding through, having that feeling of accomplishment, that strange thing happens to you again. You see it form from your heart once more. And then you see those words begin to write themselves around the orb. It's 3 letters, and they repeat over and over and over again. R-U-N. Run, run, run. And at first you don't understand why. And then you feel that same feeling you had on the back of your neck, where your hair stands up as the wind is nearby. What are you doing?
We need to get out of here, all of us, now the wind is here.
You see, Cargo, bullshit. How do you even know where you are? We didn't even know where you were.
Okay, get in the rig.
I'm getting the... Is the relic in the rig already?
It is like a heavy ball. It is not in yet. You gotta push this thing out.
I'm starting to push it.
I'll get my strength behind it.
Fantastic. With that, you immediately start to push. I'm going to need, first off, initiative checks, if you'd be so kind.
I can't roll initiative when I'm shaking ass.
Okay, stop throwing it back and throw that shit back.
Get in the fight, boy. I'm throwing it back.
Throwing it back.
Oh, shit.
I'm distracting them.
Not 20.
Not 20. Throwing it back worked.
Non-nat 20. So you're in front of me.
So I got 20. And what else did I get here?
A non-net 20, so I would be behind him.
Gotcha. So 20, and I'll put you for. You're supposed to be scared, not raving. All right.
I'm shaking my ass at this music.
Stop raving! Stop raving!
We're both throwing it back on the battlefield.
I'm just fixing my numbers here. All right. With that, the wind's turned. You start to see it seep through. It seems that it can't fully materialize or hurt you yet. As you start to see from like above in the cracks, it begins to seep through. As you see smoke beginning to enter through, and you could just hear the long growling through. With that, Anki, you're up.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to push this. It's not going greatly. It's not going.
You get advantage because Kydra's helping you out, so if you need advantage.
It would be better if we switched this. It would be way better if you gave me...
Just get the car! Stop the car!
Can I switch initiative with Kydra? Let Kydra
You
go
can
first,
delay
see
your
how
turn
that
if you want.
I mean, if you think you might be able to push it, you can totally try to do
I
that.
definitely can't. My with a +0, we're not pushing shit. I will if I can, yeah, I'll just dedicate my turn to helping Gaidra. Do I have any buff that's better than just doing a... Oh, wait, what are you? Choose an item, then range. No, that's definitely too heavy. Yeah, let's just call it... We're just gonna see what we can do. We'll do a guidance to Kaidra with my action, and then I'll just, if I can defer like my movement and stuff to get in the rig as soon as possible.
That's dope. So
I'm just
with that,
helping
you do
Kaidra,
that-
and yeah.
helping Kaidra get in the car. So when Kaidra immediately goes off, they can go off.
Yeah.
Fantastic, Kaidra. Your turn here.
Okay. So I will absolutely put both of my hands underneath this rig and try to lift it up, using my wings as momentum to try and get this thing up on our rig.
You can make a strength check with proficiency, not a save, just a check, so you can add your strength and your proficiency. So what you can do there. Strength
Okay.
modifier, and proficiency.
And I get the guidance.
Plus
Well,
the
it's technically
D4.
athletics, if anything, as well. So it's technically athletics. I don't know why my brain skipped a beat there, but if you want to use athletics, you can.
Ooh, okay. Do I still add a proficiency up on top of that? No.
No, it's just whatever your basic, it says in the athletics. I was like doing athletics the long way for some reason.
Do I have to use your guidance now, or can I save it for like the next one?
I believe is it concentration?
I can also say that I think it's only once before the spell ends. So you have concentration now for the next minute. Well, you have
so that's
guidance ends for the next minute unless I drop concentration on it before that.
Okay.
So
because
you could say,
yeah, I will not use it because I have a 26.
lovely. With that, using your wings, you push this thing into it. You see that the rest of the crew that's there helps pick it up and puts it on the back of the. You very much have like a truck setup here, so it's like very much like a flat bed behind you and the car. So you just put it on there. Anki, you're next to it, and Kaidra, you start the car.
Yeah, I think we use our movement to just get in the rig and try to get in the car. I will. I vaguely remember it being said that we have a flamethrower on this rig, so if Anki wants to.
I'm on flamethrower.
Not the guns. Just hold it there. As you get onto it, you see the individuals getting into the next car above. As your turn ends there, everybody else in the front car starts to get in. But as they do, something drops down, goes into the car, and immediately just starts slashing them into death. As you see Kara kind of go, just drive. As they get into your car, you see the individual that comes down is Renee. As you see the individual you let go, immediately scratching, slashing, and looking dead towards you. As you see the wind is almost like guiding with her. So whatever you see where, as they sort of finish off, slashing off the last guy's throat, they point in your direction, and you start to see like the wind begin to form from above in the cracks and go towards you guys. With that,
Hate that.
top of the round, it's going to be back to the wind here. Was there something you're going to say, Anki, or are you just making a statement? How
No,
scare shit?
just saying that I hate that.
Gotcha. Lovely. Yes, I'm going to need a con save from you, Anki, if you'd be so kind.
Now, why do you need all that?
I'm going to need that as you feel the wind and the air of your lungs begin to...
19 con save.
19. Oh, you fucking
14 on the die
save.
plus 5.
You see the wind immediately tries to steal your breath, and I think for you, Kaitra, instantly know this isn't about the weapon, it's about Anki. They want Anki. As you see, he tries to incapacitate you by stealing your breath, but you're able to hold on, and with that, he just gets as close as he can. As you see this sort of wolf-like face form from the smoke go towards you. With that, Anki, is going to be your turn.
For the purposes of spells, does the wind count as a creature?
It is technically elemental.
That counts as a creature.
Counts as a creature, I believe.
Awesome. That's perfect. Catching my breath. Just leave me alone. And we're still at a point where Anki doesn't understand his magic. all this like new magic that he's opened himself up to. But instinctively, he's gonna try to cast Banishment on the wind. So I need a Charisma saving throw, DC 15.
Interesting. You said DC 15 for Charisma?
Yeah, it's not the highest, but we'll try it.
This is so fun. This is like a whole new boy beside me.
He's useful.
I didn't say that, but
No, we all
with
thought
that,
it.
Get to 12 because he's got a big old 0. So he gets banished for, I think, a minute, right? Or is it a minute?
I'll read it. The target is native. While he's out, he's incapacitated. The target remains there until the spell ends, at which point the target reappears in the space at left or nearest unoccupied space. If the wind has been banished to wherever it is native from, if the target is native to a different plane of existence than the one you're on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane. If the spell ends before 1 minute has passed, the target reappears in the space at left or in the nearest unoccupied space that is occupied. Otherwise, the target can't return.
Gotcha. With that,
yeah.
It's
So I
gonna.
need
So
to
with
hold
that,
concentration on this for a minute.
you do. You immediately are like getting reversed. As you have to reverse back to this canyon, Kaiju, you're holding on tight, going back in reverse there. You see that the wind goes in to try to catch you or try to at least maybe eat you in some sense, but you open a portal right quick. She goes through all of it and immediately close it back up as the wind is banished for now. But with that, giving you
look
time
back to the front. Drive now. My eyes are glowing and like my mouth is also glowing. It's like, drive now.
You've got new skills.
Lovely. That's your turn there, buddy.
Yup.
Dope. Kaitara, you're up next.
Driving this rig, do you want me to every single round use my action to drive this rig, or how do you want to do this?
I believe it says for since you have a vehicle, and this is using the lovely Tale of the Valiant system, lovely folks that sponsored us here. With that, it says each vehicle has a set count for when it acts in initiative and loses ties with non-vehicles. So pretty much, I guess you can keep it separate. So you can use your action to like drive better, or you can just, because it's going to be automatically doing a thing, moving back, whatever. But if you want to do something car related, it's going to be your action.
Okay, so then I think if that's the case, I will first focus on Anki in some magical way took care of the wind, visibly in the in some kind of like mirror on this rig, or even if I just turn my head for a small second, I see that Renee, even though I don't know their name. Yeah, I do. I do know. Renee is still like in the other rig and like has their focus also pointed here. If I catch a sight of her, I'm thinking if we can get rid of them for a bit, we'll have a lot of advantage here. And while I quickly gaze around my shoulder to spot them, I'll the like red smoke started leaving from like my hand as well, trickling down towards that rig, and it'll try to go up to her and we'll try to like catch in front of her gaze as I try to cast blindness or deafness. So I will like to try to blind her. And
What's the save they're making here?
A con save.
Gotcha. Con save. Let's see what they get. What are they beating here? Oh, never mind. It's a net 20.
Yeah. Saves.
With that, casting this smoke, trying to get them. You see they have learned certain tricks from you, and with that, immediately cover their face. And with that, use almost like the back of the tires to sort of just rile up mud and sort of trying to create different sort of wind patterns here. So it kind of goes off to the side of them. So not successful there.
Yep.
Beyond that, you have your movement in the car here. So I'm guessing you're just backing up.
Yeah, I have plan is to just indeed get this rig going towards where we need to go to meet up with now having the weapon with us. So yes, absolutely. If that is backing up, that's backing up.
Gotcha. With that, you immediately steering wheel and immediately go backwards there. As you're driving, you see Kydra is on the radio there, talking with the people. Takes
you
a
keep
moment.
saying Kydra, but it's Kara.
Kara. So many names, so many interesting things. Kara. You see Kara goes in a sense. Kara, talking on the radio, takes a moment and immediately kind of goes, okay, we need to get up top, and then I can shoot a flare for the ship to come and get us.
Sure, do something useful in the meantime.
That's what I'm fucking doing. And we immediately getting their flare gun ready. Going back, it is going to be now Renee's turn. I think they're going to spend this moment because they can't do much unless they catch up. So at this moment, they are going to kick the driver off and reverse back, trying to catch up with you as you see that they are following suit as well. That's most of their action to get as close as possible to you. So right now, if you're thinking of the cars, it's really neck and neck. As you're backing up, their back is against your back. As they're trying to line that up for themselves there, that's going to be the turn there. Wind can't do anything because it's in another plane. Anki, what are you doing?
Well, housekeeping stuff. The Kydra no longer has that guidance because I switched out the concentration for banishment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll to see if I hold concentration on banishment. It's only DC 10. Oh,
you need
yeah,
to constantly
only DC
roll
10.
that, or only when something happens to you, when your concentration could be broken.
I don't know if Tales of the Valiant changes the rules. I know that.
I think it's when you get hit, you have to lose the concentration.
All right,
Yeah.
that's fine. Yeah, so it's when I'm. It's only when I'm hit do I roll to see. Is it? I don't have to do like
it's usually
upkeep
10.
stuff?
It's 10 plus half of whatever the damage you take. Is the
That's
DC
great.
you have to stay.
I love that. We love that. I'll double check that after the stream because I know that a lot of my stuff is concentration based, and I want to be fair. But okay, how much movement do I have with my flamethrower? Like, how much rotation do I have on it? Is it only pointing back,
It's
or could I?
You're fine. You can do it. I mean, you gotta make sure everybody in the front ducks, but yeah, you're good.
Sure. Who's in the front that I could flamethrower?
Either the car itself or the driver, which is Renee.
Who's the biggest? Do we want to just kind of give a big old fuck you to Renee? All right. Where's Kydra in relation to Renee again?
They're both in their driver's seat, so it's like you can think of like two trucks, like Jeep S truck sizes. So Renee's driving back. It looks like they're getting ready to like jump over onto your car, but they're still in the other vehicle that's in front of you.
All right. I just shout the guy that it's going to get hot in here. Flamethrower. on
At the driver or just the vehicle itself? The vehicle?
You know what? If there's people that are about to jump, let's do the vehicle. It's no.
Her.
Driver. Hope that spreads, but if not, we get a driver on fire.
Lovely. Dope. They have to make a dex saving throw. If you be so kind, you're gonna have to roll 10d10s, and I could roll it for you if you be so kind, but yeah, you need to do 10d10.
I'll be so happy to roll that for you.
It is going to have to recharge after that, though, so
that's fine. That's fine.
Holy shit.
It's a flamethrower on a car, guys.
7, 8.
Cinematically, also the fact that this just happened when their car like catches up to us.
Oh, sweet dear Lord. All right, math. 3, 4, 6, 7, 10. We rolled well.
They're taking full because they failed their save. Because the GMs got terrible.
8, 7. They're gonna take, slightly above average. They're gonna take 57.
Fantastic. With that, you take out 57 hit points here as you just unleash the flames. Kydra, you have to duck your head for a second as you see the flamethrower kind of goes through the windshield for a hot second as this bright blue flame comes out, catches the back of Renee as you see they have to take off whatever cloak they had on them and tossing it off to the side. Having burns on their back, they have been damaged quite a lot, but they're still going. And now based at you, Anki.
Me specifically, I go, oh no.
But still up and running. I believe that's your turn, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm gonna I'm assuming that's an action. Let me just double check anything.
You can move around the car if you want, position wise, but it's up to you.
Social relation. No, there's nothing really I can do.
Gotcha.
Can I just take a little bit of cover so that I can duck down, take a bit of cover?
You take some take half cover.
Yeah,
a little bump to
duck down,
take
some cover.
Dope. With that, Kydra, as it gets to your turn, you see your car comes almost back ramping off out of the exit as you are swerving into the wasteland itself. So you're now in open terrain. So keep that in mind where you are, but it is your turn.
All right. So right now, other vehicle is basically besides us. And I saw Anki use a flamethrower to hit Renee right when they were...
She got singed.
Yeah, right when they were trying to aim to jump over. I think I'll say yeah, good practice. And since I had to duck when Anki did that, I'm assuming I don't need to yell to him to duck when I try to cast a guiding bolt towards them to follow up on the assault of flame with my own hurtling light crackling red bolt that I basically try to aim at them.
Gotcha. Please do that if you'd be so kind. This poor assassin.
poor assassin. Oh no! I tried to
lit on a flamethrower and now just heaven raining
I tried
down
to leave them for dead. They should have stayed in the first section. Okay, that's what they should have done.
To pincer us. Okay, you don't get to pincer us.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that's an attack roll for my spell, but I've never done that.
I believe it's your spell attack. So if I'm not mistaken,
I have never done that.
Let me check. Because I believe it's your proficiency plus your whatever the spell. So it's charisma for you, if I'm not mistaken. Sure. So it'd be +9 if your charisma's 5 and your proficiency is 4.
Okay. So +9, that's a 24.
24 does hit. Roll your damage.
Okay. I'll need to roll this on Google because I don't have enough dice for this. I cast this. Wait. I cast this as a 2nd level spell, so that means I get to roll 5d6.
Yes. I can't imagine this flamethrower bolt in the back. Fuck.
It's not their best day. That is 22 points of
Let's go.
damage to them. And the it's radiant damage, and the next attack roll against them before the end of your next turn has advantage. So the next one would still have advantage.
You putting your hand out on the side, very much like a softball, curve the ball onto the side as it angles, hits them on as you see the car kind of jangle a bit as they have to kind of reposition themselves. With that, I believe that's the end of your turn.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. Fantastic. With that, Kara, you see as you get to the top, launches the flare, and with that, you hear like a responding horn being blared as the airship begins to like come out of the nearby smoke and is getting ready to sort of line itself up. So what you're seeing, Kydra, is that you have to, they're lining the thing up and you just got a full speed into this thing. So it's very much of like, it's moving, you're moving, you need to get in where you can get in. So that's what you're seeing lit up.
While that happens, I will, as like, our goal becomes clear, I will just speak up so that Anki can hear it as I'm driving and say, this time we kill her.
Agreed. I think you look at Anki as he just says that, just fully, he's not here. He's so dissociated. Everything that's happening won't register for 3 to 5 business days.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, lovely, lovely. As the bloodlust continues here,
Damn.
are they gonna get on or are they gonna shoot from the side? Fuck it. They came here for blood.
Come closer, we have spirit guardians.
Come back
I'm trying
to
to
me.
think because they. They're gonna handbow cross attack you, Anki.
Okay. Please don't.
That is going to be a 20 to hit.
Yeah, for sure. Rude.
Next one is going to be, I don't think 14 hits.
It doesn't.
15 hit?
Meets it,
Don't
beats
think
it.
so.
Yes. 3. Yeah.
Well, you have cover, so you get plus 2 if I'm mistaken. So
+2? Then no. Then a 15
Yeah.
does not hit.
okay, so then only one attack here. You, my good sir, are taken.
Oh no.
Oh, calm down.
It's so mean
And
to
you
hit.
make a con save if you'd be so kind for me.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Is this the concentration that I'm rolling for the wind?
No, it's a different
or
thing.
is
It's
it
poison.
You will get a bonus to that because of my aura of protection, since it's a
Love.
save, right?
Yes, it is a con save.
Yes. So I believe you get +2 on that.
7, 8, 9. All right, so 17 on the die becomes a 19, becomes
So
a 24.
Okay, fantastic. So in terms of damage you're taking blah, 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 8 points of piercing and poison damage. Or yeah, okay. So 18.
8 of both?
8, yeah, just 8 total.
Okay, 8.
Because 4
So-
plus 8. So DC is gonna be 18 if I'm not mistaken.
Love. Come on. All right, yeah, that's gonna pass. That is 14 on the die plus
So you're good.
5. Yeah.
Fantastic. You feel the wind almost like trying to break out of a cage. You see whips and parts of him are like trying to break through into the plane, but you're able to like hold on to it.
Okay.
Very much using all your concentration to keep this thing contained a little bit. But you're pretty much good there. They're gonna still keep up pace. So rather than being behind, they go side to side, away from you, Kydra. So it's very much like driver's side, just one. They're more on the passenger side rather than the driver's side there. So that's what they're doing, sort of lighting themselves up. Beyond that, again, the wind can't do anything because it's stuck in banishment. Anki.
All right. Does the way the flamethrower work? If I check if it recharges, does that spend my action to try see if it
You
recharges?
have to you got to see if it recharges. So you got to roll a d6. If it's a 5 or a 6, you can use it again. If not, can't.
That's a 3.
Can't use it. It's out.
All right.
You're trying to you have to reload this thing as you're trying to find the canister. Like trying to reload it. Can't use it at the moment.
Fuck it. Mercury hammer. Does that
Can't
push
use
you
my
away?
flamethrower. Let me just use my pulse and my rail gun.
I just use my fucking railgun, my guy. Can't save or be stunned. Shockwave. That's actually not as good as I want it to be. Because it's what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about any one individual. I'm more so worried about the vehicle. And I can't really strike the ground properly if I'm on a moving vehicle myself.
I will say this is probably the last action you're gonna take because the ship is like down at the bottom here, so it's very much of trying to get your last shots in here.
Are we ahead of them, or are we side by side?
You're like you're more ahead, but the thing is you're closer to the airship, so you're like jumping onto the ramp, onto the ship that you're very close. But this is gonna be probably the last action you could do before either you try to enter or you try to get into the airship and get away.
I'm okay. Syrinx, do we want to go shatter on the cave and try to cause the cave to fall on them?
You're not in the cave anymore. You're
we're not in
open
the cave
plane.
anymore. Okay, perfect.
There's lava around you. They're like cracks, so if you try to like crack anything, that you can do that.
I think it would be extremely significant if you actually killed her.
You're so real and right for that. Mercury cannon. It's a deck save. Yeah, I'm gonna level my cannon. I pull up the Mercury hammer and I say, well, flamethrower won't work. Warhammer is just like a sniper on the side, on the back of the, on my side of this transport. Yeah, I'm gonna fire it at Renee. I just want, in my mind, I'm not even thinking this could kill her. I'm thinking this'll stun her. This'll stop her in her tracks, so that she can't follow us. I'm gonna need a deck save 15, please.
Okay. They have a little bit more of a shot at this. Yep, succeed. 8-10.
All right, you're still gonna take 2d8 force damage.
Give it to me.
Yeah. I return with a 10 points of force damage.
Fantastic.
I think bolt of energy shoots.
Yeah, you hit it almost like a force sort of gun. Hits the side of the car, breaks it slightly as you see it begins to veer off. I think, Kaija, you notice that this car is slightly disabled at the moment, so it's going to start going back, which means you have a shot here to either take Renee out or you drive full force ahead into the airship. As when it gets to your turn, the airship itself is like dragging the bottom of its like ramp onto the ground as you see it's ready for you to just drive forward.
I think this is like a very quick moment of really analyzing the situation and thinking what's the best possible solution. As in, if I just book it and leave them, they might recover from this. They might yet again follow. They know that we are here. They're working together with the seer. It's all problems. So I think, not to become repetitive, but I think even especially as we get like further off, the only way I could possibly try to hit them from a further distance is to yet again just raise my hand and try to channel the energy in my veins and launch a guiding bolt at them to try, in this last possible way, actually try to take them down.
All right. I'm gonna set this up for you here. Set the scene. You got one more shot here before you're into the airship and away. You don't have to roll damage because if this hits her, she's pretty much done. So all you need to do is hit. So I leave it up to you. I need you to roll that for me. Be so kind.
Okay.
Let's get this.
I do believe that'll hit. It's an 18 plus 9, so 27.
How do you take out Renee here as you're like moments away from entering into the airship?
Let's
and
go.
It's very much of like you have a athletic, like Olympic athletic shot that you really have to hit. This is like a sniper level of a hit you have to make here.
I think, Anki, are you still close by? Did you move away from me?
No, I think I'm right at the back. Well, I'm in the closest position to get the clearest shot at Renee.
Yeah. And I think as we are driving forward in this momentum to get onto the ship, I think I look back and I see that Renee is still in the other car. They don't look good, but they're still there.
Mm-hmm.
And my mind just goes, this is a problem to my mission, and it needs to be dealt with. I don't care about anything else. And I reach back, and I think Anki's like having his eyes on Renee still, and maybe doesn't expect it, but I reach back, I take his hand, and I roughly put it on the steering wheel of the rig, not even like explaining, as in like I pull him across the seat.
Yeah.
I put his hand on the steering wheel, and I basically in this like confined space, I still kind of push myself through the way where Anki came, so I can at least pop out a little bit out of the rig, use my wings against the momentum of basically me going the other direction that the car is going for a small second there, and I want to make sure that I don't completely fall out, so at the last second my wings kind of give a force back to keep me attached to the rig with one hand, as I again I stretch out my hand, and this red energy kind of mist like leaves and darts towards Renee's car.
It all happens in 6 seconds flat as you, hand on wheel, let your wings carry you like a parachute for a hot second, and just like a disc throw your arm. The light travels, being the only source of something bright and red, and hits Renee right in the heart. I see just a whole. You don't see much since you're far away, but you can see the cough of blood that comes out, and their hand dipping far enough that the car just flips on itself.
Let's go.
As Renee is dead, and you get onto the ship. Having successfully completed a task, but even in committing this act, in taking out someone that wanted you dead, there was still that thing in the back of your mind of why did they want you dead? That you'll never find out why. And as you just look down at yet another act you've done in achieving your goals, the ramp goes up and the airship goes off into the smoke, as the rebels here have their weapon. And now it's time to assault the exit. And that is what we shall end it for today. Yay! Hype, 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 hype.
Hell yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining us on another wonderful episode of Ascension. With that in mind, we're going to do plugs in reverse order here. So with that, Anki, Apollo, who are ya? Who did you play? and where can people find you and what
I
you're doing
swear.
out there in the wide web? What do you
I didn't see you come in. My name is Apollo. You can find me on the internet at TallNerdApollo. I do cosplay, I do voice acting, I do TTRPGs. For the last couple of weeks, I've been doing a stream on Friday evenings at around this time, running a lovely group of people through a three-shot where they are trapped in a city that is historically known for falling out of the sky less than 24 hours before it happens. And it honestly might be less than 1 hour before it happens, the way that we left it last night. So next week is the finale. Maybe I drop a city on them. Maybe they get out. Who's to say? Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Madaloon tomorrow night. Add Madaloon tomorrow night. Evil Dilf. Hell yeah.
Lovely, lovely.
That for a second.
Syrinx, you're up next. Who are ya? Who'd you play? And where can people find you? And what cool stuff you got going on?
Hi. I was dumbfounded most of the episode because of the new cool shit that Apollo could do. So that's a new feeling of like pride almost. Besides that, I'm looking forward to the next few episodes, not getting any answers on the actual important emotional questions here. And besides that, if you want to see some more content in any way, shape, or form about TTRPG or LARPing, feel free to check me out on as Syrinx on any other social media platform, literally. And I'll see you next week.
Lovely, lovely. And last but not least, me. Hello. I have been your GM for these preceding evenings. You can find me on the big wide web at VO_Cologne. That's COLN. In terms of what we got going on the channel, we're about halfway through Ascensions. We got a couple more episodes left that we're getting through there. But beyond that, if you are a performer of any sorts, we have a guest call going on right now for a 2-shot called Block 99. If you're a fan of Dispatch, Deathloop, and all that shenanigans, check it out on the channel Blue Sky. We got the cast call there for the forum, so we're looking for people to cast. We're playing a supplement of Blades in the Dark called Blades 68. So if that interests you, we got it there. You can find it on the Blue Sky there at Taíno Tales on the online webs. But beyond that, thank you for joining us for this wonderful evening, and we can't wait to see you next week as the crew assaults the main exit. Beyond that, we hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we can't wait to see you next week. Until then, everyone, we hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.